let us try and this question. The following table shows the advertising expenses in 1000 RM and the net profits also in 1000 RM earned in a random sample of 8 local stores. Now these are the data: advertising expenses and net profit. Now the first question is, compute the Pearson product moment correlation coefficient and interpret it. Second, find the linear regression line. And third, interpret the value of B obtained. Fourth question is, calculate R squared, which is the coefficient of determination, and explain it. And the fifth question is, predict the net profit earned when advertising expenses is 2,500 RM. Okay, let's do the first question. Compute the Pearson's product moment correlation coefficient. Now, first of all, we have to name the independent and the dependent variables. Okay, so independent is denoted by X and dependent is denoted by Y. Now, I have put X as advertising expenses and Y as the net profit. Now, how do I know that X, or the independent variable, is advertising expenses? Now, what we have to do is go to part 5. If you look at question part 5, we have to predict the net profit earned when advertising expenses is 2,500 RM. So the variable that we are going to predict is the profit. Therefore, the profit is the dependent variable, which is the Y, which is denoted by Y. Now, first of all, we need to calculate the sum of X, right? And this is found to be 15.5 thousand. And then sum of X squared, which is 29.49. And sigma Y, or the sum of Y, is 32.6. And sigma Y squared equals 114.94. And sigma XY is 56.96. Now, these are all calculated using the statistical program in the calculator. And each of these is given half a mark. So we have 5 ticks here, which totals up to 2.5 marks. And then put all the summations into this formula, all right, and put them correctly. So you get another 1 mark here. And the answer is 0.934. You get another half a mark here. And the interpretation of R is the correlation between advertising expenses and net profit is strong positive correlation. Okay, let's do the next part of the question. We have to get the regression line or the regression equation. So first of all, we have to calculate the slope, which is denoted by B. And using the formula given, substitute all the summations into the formula, and we get 1 mark for this. And the answer is 1.177. Half a mark for this. And then calculate A, which is the y-intercept, and substitute inside the formula. Again, we are given 1 mark, and the answer is 1.436, so another half a mark here. So the regression equation is y equals 1.436 plus 1.177x. Okay, so 1 mark for writing the equation. Now we go to part 3, interpret the value of B obtained. So we have to interpret the value of the slope of the regression equation, which is 1.177. Now, if the advertising expenses increase by one ringgit, then the net profit increases by 1.177. So if we want to look at it in the form of 1,000 ringgit, So if if advertising expenses increase by 1,000 ringgit, then the net profit increases by 1,177 ringgit. Okay, let's do part 4. We have to calculate the value of R squared, which is the coefficient of determination, and then explain it. So our R previously calculated to be 0.934. So square it, we get 0.8724, and turn it into percentage, which is 87.24%. Okay, so you get 1 mark for doing that. And how do we interpret that? Now, this means that 87.24% of the variation in the net profit is influenced by the variation in advertising expenses. And the rest of the percentage are caused by other factors which are not stated in the question. Now, final question, part 5, predict the net profit earned and when advertising expenses is 2,500 ringgit. So we put X as 2,500, all right? So we want to know what Y is, all right? When X is 2,500, what is the value of Y? So what we do is we are going to substitute this X by the value of 2.5, not 2,500, because all this while our data was in the form of 1,000 ringgit, all in the unit form, right? Unit and decimal points. So we have to represent X by the same manner, right? So X will take the value of 2.5, not 2,500. So substitute X by 2.5 and then multiply and then sum it. And then we get 4.38. This means when the advertising expenses is 2,500 ringgit, the net profit is expected to be 4.38 thousand ringgit.